Welcome to 3-Word Story. I'm James.
I'm Dylan.
And this is the podcast where we take 3 words from the app
What 3 words?
and improv the shit out of a story.
Today on 3-Word Story.
Nailed it. Welcome back to Dylan's Soldier.
Guys, strap yourself in for a 2-hour episode.
So what, in South Africa you would call someone a toboggan? Don't want a little freaking spaghetti picture of you. I just want to smash a TV in. Fuck you. It's
I think you're
Mr.
fine.
Phillis.
I think you're fine. It's a Mr. Phillis there, sir.
Gladiators, ready? 3-word story. Are you ready?
We are ready, James.
You're
James.
ready there, Dylan. So you're ready today for a 3-word story. The wonderful podcast where we take 3 random words from a location and improv the shit out of a story. And now, are you?
Yeah, I think my neighbours will be very glad for that introduction. Just being like, listen, fuck off. It's a Sunday.
You fuckface. Well, Dylan, it's good to see you. It's been a whole day since I've seen you, which is
A whole day.
I've missed you endlessly, ever so endlessly. And quick question for those. That was Gladiators, by the way. For those who didn't know out there, Gladiators was a wonderful show that used to be on TV. I think they brought it back, where a group of insane-looking athletes would take on the general public along assault courses and whatnot. Right?
Yeah.
Did you have South African gladiators, and what were their names?
Yes, we did. But this was a good while back. Like, if I had to guess, I think the last one aired maybe like 20 years ago. Like, it stopped when I was
you haven't had the reboot then?
No, we haven't had the
Ooh,
reboot.
shit, we had a reboot.
But back then, it was Granite. Like, it was this. Granite, and I think his name
Is that an old
like,
lady? It's Granny Ite coming to the monkey bars.
it was probably this bold white man, but fuck, that guy was big, and he was like the celebrity for me growing up was like Granite. I think it was like Granite, and I think it was something like Titan, and like what
we had like Jet, I think was one of the women one. We had Wolf. Wolf was crazy looking, that long-haired bastard. I'm pretty sure he was like involved in some drugs or something like that. I don't know. Allegedly, he was allegedly. So please don't double kill me, Wolf. Please leave me alone.
How old do you reckon Wolf is now? Oh, is this part of the reboot
no,
thing?
He's not part of the reboot. I think the reboot guys are a bit cleaner looking. They're a little bit more of this. The old ones, they looked mean. You know, these look like guys who would honestly kick the fuck out of you
100%.
and then sell you steroids in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
They were rough old people back in the day. But Gladiators was great. I'm glad South Africa had Gladiators, but they haven't had their own reboot.
No. I don't know why. Normally we try and steal from
You got the world's
whatever.
strongest man now, right? So that would be a great place to start for Gladiators. Imagine you're coming up against the world's strongest man and you have to, I don't know, fucking wrestle a ball with him or something.
Yeah, well, I know they used to be kind of this gauntlet thing where you just have to run past them and they have to kind of shove you away with this foam.
The double batting things.
And I can just imagine this guy being like, "You ain't getting past me."
Yeah,
Like, if you don't have the speed, then
the world's
it's
strongest smack in the face would be sick. That would be a great reform. So if we ever do setting up a business in Africa, then you can bring back Gladiators and we can push that. Well, Dylan, we went off piste very quickly.
No spoilers.
We just went pieced off massively. Dylan, how are you? And why?
Just rework it back all the way from there. It's like, no, hold on. We start off the path and then we'll bring it back.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
I'm
cool.
let's pick it up on the path, but I haven't seen you for a day, so I assume that crazy things may or may not have happened to you. Like, before we get to the point where, yes, we talk about the locations we've picked so we can find our random 3 words so then we can generate our wonderful stories. Dylan, for the listeners and for me, your dear friend James, how are you? And why?
You know what, James? Since yesterday, haven't been too bad. 24 hours. In that 24 hours, I've been to the movies. Right.
Ooh.
You
win. You win.
Okay, I don't know why that cuts off at the end. That's very annoying. But we'll say it's our producer again. What was his name?
Why did I want to say Alan?
No, Alan's my car and AI assistant. But Tom? What's your name, Tom? Was that Tom? Yeah, was it Tom?
You win.
It is you win.
And
Okay.
probably why he's such a bad producer, because we can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know. We
Sorry,
are
Tom.
awful to this producer. So, Dylan, you went to the movies, and what happened and why? What did you watch?
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the live action. Now, I've been looking at this one with a keen eye, Dylan, and I've been thinking, is it just the cartoon, but with real people in it? And was the Stitch a real Stitch? Was it really live action? Like, was this Stitch just a ferret with some makeup on, and they just made it act? What happened?
No,
Tell me.
well, again, I don't know the exact definition of live action, but no, Stitch was really computer generated.
Oh,
but
really computer generated?
No, but it was well done. Like, listen, I don't care what other people say. I really enjoyed the movie.
I love it. You got ahead of that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, anyone, you guys in the room here with us, like, I know what you're looking at, and fuck you, okay? And you know what? Your T-shirt, your Lilo and Stitch T-shirt is adorable, Dylan. I like it. So out of 5 Ds, how would you give the child's movie Lilo and Stitch? How many Ds would you give it?
You give the child's movie 5 Ds. Great, 4.5.
4.5 Ds.
Yeah.
Okay. Your highlight of Lilo and Stitch would be? Did it bring back and recreate the magic of being a child?
Yes, very much so. And I think that because I appreciated that so much, I think that's why I'm giving it such a high score, is because it really kind of tapped into that. And they added 1 or 2 little cute moments where it really kind of elevated some of the movie. Don't get me wrong, some of the characters weren't there, which I think half of the people would miss anyway, but I was a staunch
They weren't
Lilo
there?
and Pete.
What did they do with them?
Like... No, I'm gonna sound like this guy from Comic Con just asking these intense questions, but no, Captain Gantu was not in this one as opposed to the
And what's
the
wrong with
previous
Captain
one.
Gangsu? I don't remember or don't know a Captain Gangsu. Is he
was
not 2025? Is that what we're saying?
No, it's not the sense of him not being 2025. It's in the original one. Jumba Jokiba, the creator of Lilo of Stitch.
This is why I'm asking you the questions, because I know you'll know the answers, and that's what I love about it. That's what our listeners want. They want the deep dive on Lilo and Stitch. So please carry on.
Anyway, in the original, or at least as I have it, they they show a bit more humanity towards Stitch. As opposed to this new one where he's actually the bad guy and he stays the bad guy.
Who does?
When Dr. Jumba Jokiba. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right,
Thank
okay,
you.
but there's no
Anyway,
spoilers then.
Yeah,
No spoilers.
needless to say, it's a very sweet movie. I really enjoyed it. Comedy's good. Original voiceovers. So, yeah, very happy.
Original voiceover?
Yeah, like
What, they
it's
just took
like
the
it's-
audio from the first film?
No, meaning like it's the same actors. And like Stitch is still Stitch 20 years later. And
And
yeah,
who
it's very
voices
cool.
Stitch?
Steve someone.
Steve someone, just a guy who's just
It's like this the whole time. Wow, funny. I'll go first
And
again.
he does a great job at it.
well, good for him.
Anyway.
Well done, Steve. What a great guy.
You win.
Why does that cut off? That's really annoying. Well, I mean,
One less button for you.
yeah, I know. I'm only down to 3, and only one of them is a fucking telephone, so that's not going to help us. So we're down to 2. Right, Dylan.
Let the ceremonies begin.
All right.
And that's the other button, Dylan. Is you know how many times I can pull that fucking thing out?
Hopefully, just
Not
fucking once.
often. Not often. So now I'm going to have to change my story to ceremony-based banter. Dylan,
Right. What's up?
for our stories,
Yes,
okay, way back when we decided that we were going to find a location on this humble planet Earth where we think we would find a genie. We were then going to locate that place using what 3 words would give us 3 unique words, and then we would obviously make a story out of them, Dylan. But the caveat was that we were going to have what our 3 wishes were as well located to this place. And judging by your face, I know you know that, and you are fully prepared for today's 3-word story. So, Dylan,
Let the ceremonies begin.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
do you think you would find a genie? And why?
You know what? I'm just going to ignore the why. Just tell you where. Because this is one of those like a thought popped up and I just ran with it. And I don't know why, but I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to question what I was thinking. So I said, you know what? Starbucks. That's where you'll find
right.
where you'll find
you
a
do
genie.
remind me of a white millennial girl with her pumpkin spice latte, so that does make sense to me. Okay,
double pump.
Okay, so you have, I
latte,
assume,
not the-
out of
anyway.
250,000 Starbucks in the world, or however many there are.
Yes.
You went. Where did you go, and why? So for the sake of the podcast, Dylan, can you please humour me on the why? Could we
Sure,
not just go? I know I picked
And this
Starbucks.
is Starbucks.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Right.
Starbucks, Alsif.
Alsif.
Right next to Dubai Creek. So you can kind of wrap a bit of history into that, but it really gives this old town feel, or kind of Arabic kind of style layout and old town feel, right next to Dubai Creek, which has a bit of history to it. So yeah, it's a Starbucks that's obviously a very modern idea, but at the same time, it's a very old area. So I figured, you know what, let's kind of blend the two, have a genie pop up there somewhere. And maybe I just thought, you call it a lamp though, right? Like,
Yeah, you stroke and
lamp.
caress the lamp, and then the genie pops out, right? So it's a lamp, I guess you would call it. It's Dylan. This is your sweet
well,
fantasy.
either way, no. So I think I just automatically thought of, okay, it looks like a kettle, not like a lamp, and maybe I thought Starbucks coffee, and I was like,
okay.
yeah.
Look, you can get those like kettles that have like the long, slender spout, which looks like something a genie would spoof
pop out of.
You know,
Yeah,
that makes
so let's call the story of Alsif Starbucks. There's a lamp or a long schlong kettle.
a long schlong kettle.
Yeah,
famous.
Yeah, because what did you just say? What do you call the longer part of it?
I don't know why I put that. CH. A spout. A spout on your kettle.
Spout. Yeah.
So we
okay,
get a spout. So
Okay.
a long schlongy spout.
Yeah, so we'll call that the legendary story of Alsif.
Okay. And so you mean Alsif, the new old place, right?
The new old place.
The new old place.
Yeah.
So it's not actually old; it's made to look old.
Yes.
it's a real
But
fake place.
it is also old in terms of location. So
Yes.
yes.
Yes,
So,
but it's like one big movie set. But you just don't know: is it real? Is it not real? Is it fake? Is it not
yeah,
fake?
it's like old, new, old.
New old. It's
Or
old,
new
new,
old.
old. So it was old. Then they knew to make
To
it look,
look
old.
old,
So it's
yes.
new, old, new. Okay, Dylan. So, and does this place relate to your story in any way, or did you just go? Fuck
No,
it, I'll go to Alsif?
considering last week's story, I figured let me steer clear of that because I'm not so sure if last week's story worked that well. But yeah, this one will probably not either. So
Okay,
yeah.
right. And now, Dylan, because I know you are phenomenally prepared for this. What are your 3 wishes and why?
Let the ceremonies begin.
I have very limited use for this one, so prepared to that one to come on every now and then.
Right.
Come on, hit me with 3 wishes, right? You're in Alsif. You've just got your coca-mocha latte from Starbucks, right? And they're like, hey, Big D, Dylan, Beelzebub, stroke this kettle. Rub my kettle. This man's looking at you in the eyes and he's going, hey, you, rub my kettle. And you're like, I'm a bit uncomfortable. He's like, hey, lock the doors. You, rub my kettle, right? You have no choice. You rub the kettle. Alakazam. Hello, I am the genie. How can I grant you 3 wishes today? I don't know what this is, but we're rolling with it. I am a
rolling with it.
genie. I have an undescript accent. Where am I from? I don't know.
And you answer your own questions.
Yeah. So, Dylan, what is your 3 wishes? And why?
Off the cuff, because
Yes.
Jeannie, you know that I am very great at improv.
Oh, yes, you are on that amazing 3-word story improv podcast.
So
Yes,
I would like to be
yes.
reborn.
Reborn. As?
Reborn.
Yes.
I want to be reborn.
Yes. You want to be reborn, so it's basically a way to say I want to die.
I want to be reborn as a monarch every century.
Every century. Okay, delightful. So let's say we go back. we go back.
Oh, actually,
To another
hold on.
century.
No, take it back.
Okay.
No.
All right,
So I wish for an unbreakable DeLorean, like it appears in Back to the Future.
Okay.
So time travel.
Okay,
Boom.
right. I'm scrapping the genie voice because I don't really know where the fuck
Yeah.
I was going. So I'm just going to use my voice, right? I'm going to use my voice. So the unbreakable DeLorean. Now, is this just the car, the DeLorean, or do you indeed want to time travel?
I indeed want to time travel.
Okay, first thing you do, right? You're time traveling. Where are you going?
For some reason, I would like to go back to, let's call it, let's go back pre-Civil War.
Yeah,
sure.
That's where we want to go. That's where we want to go. That's where we want to go. Okay, so you're just gonna bounce around time zone to time zone and having a way old time. So that's wish number 1, Dylan. Wish number 2, hit me. What you got?
After time travel, I would definitely wish. You know what? I wish for an island. Sure, why not?
An island?
An island. Yeah, a properly habitable island. Yeah.
Okay, a properly habitable one.
Yeah. Maybe something off like the Caymans. Yeah. I think
Okay,
so.
right. So you got time travel and you got island. Third
Yeah.
wish?
I guess I have to have stacks of cash to back that up, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Okay, cash, island, DeLorean, time traveling. You happy with that?
Yeah, I could go deep into, what really makes my soul churn, but I figured let's keep it light-hearted. What's that?
What makes my
Yeah, stop
soul
it. Yeah,
churn?
yeah. I didn't know what
do
else
I
to
want
use.
to know what makes your soul churn? Welcome back to Dylan's soul,
Soul
churn.
churning.
Okay, so we're gonna just stick it. We're gonna keep it light.
Yeah.
DeLorean, some time travel. We're gonna have mountains of cash and an island.
Yes.
Yeah, happy with it?
Double kill.
Okay, Dylan. So the 3 words I gave you were
Remodels. Doing.
ooh.
Holiday.
Oh, all right. Okay, that leads itself to a story quite well. It's like holding your hand to the story. It's like, hey, here's these 3 random words, but let me guide you towards the story. That's what they've done for you.
Yeah, but I also don't like the thought of that because that then insinuates my story would be good.
Okay, that's true.
And I don't like that.
You've slipped your hand out of the grip of the 3 words, and you've run away, you naughty little rapscallion, and you've done your own thing, I'm sure. Right, Dylan. So I've looked at the globe, the map, and I have scaled every square kilometer of it.
Wow,
Took
not just
me-
deciding on a
took me
Starbucks.
hours. No, you went 10 kilometers down the road. Where's my nearest Starbucks? Okay, it's Alceo. Looks old. That's nice.
it's so fun.
And I'll think of my 3 wishes on the spot. No, Dylan, I've scaled the world, the map. I have gone from new countries to old countries to Commonwealth to outside of Commonwealth. I've been to, where Disney would claim a genie to be, and everywhere but. And I have actually found exactly where the daddy genie would come from. The genie, okay? The daddy genie.
Okay, the new daddy. So
Yes.
the genie we know as the genie. So and then he's
He's like the top, the peak, the
okay.
mega one,
Okay,
right?
so like the boss genie.
The big old boss.
All right.
And as I was scaling Earth,
Okay.
I came across a place and I was like, let me look into this place. And I realized that the name of the country was actually misspelt, Dylan. So,
Misspelled.
That's
a weird name for a country.
yeah, it was just next to Suriname. And basically, Dylan, this country where the new father of all genies was found, has been mistakenly named Papua New Guinea, when obviously it should be called Papua New Genie. So that is where you would find a genie, Dylan, right? Now, I went to Papua New Guinea to find where specifically, this Papua New Genie would be found. And unfortunately, Dylan, I must tell you, I went off on a bit of a tangent. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you go into what 3 words, okay, and you search Papua New Guinea, it puts you, whoosh, bam, right in the fucking middle of it. Now, if you don't know too much about Papua New Guinea, let me educate you a little bit.
Thank you.
Papua New Guinea, okay, as it will now be called, is the
Henceforth.
third largest island on Earth. Okay. It was once owned, unfortunately, by North Germans, South British. It was then seceded to the Australians, and then in the early 1900s was given its independence, like rightfully should. So Papua New Guinea now stands with a population anywhere between 7 and 11 million. They do not know how many, Dylan, because over 80% of the population do not live in urban areas. They live in what we will call the BF, but fuck, of nowhere. Okay? Papua New Guinea has 840 official languages. 840. So you can take your 11 languages, Rainbow Nation, and go over to the other side of the room, because there's nothing to be impressed when Papua New motherfucking Genie is bringing you 840 official languages. I'll say that again. 840 official languages. So this is truly a majestic country full of indigenous people that we do not understand. This is one of the last...
Because you don't speak one of
Because
the
I don't know fucking
840
languages, right? You go there and you speak, okay, I'll learn one. You just cross the tree line and bam. It's like gone from German to French, and it's gone from French to Chinese and whatever else. But these are languages we don't even understand, Dylan. We don't even understand them, okay? There's things about Papua New Guinea, Genie, that we may never understand, Dylan. So here's where my tangent went. First of all, I was enamored by how fucking treescaped this country was. Smothered with trees, okay? You're looking at what you think is a town, but all you can see is what looks like a Gen Z's head, just broccoli topped, and you cannot actually see what's within it. It is just sensationally naturistic, Dylan. Now, when you go and search Papua New Guinea, right, dead in the center, it basically shows you a lodge, okay? Now, this particular lodge, there is no reviews for it. It doesn't exist, okay? But if you search the lodge again on Google, it will give you the same named lodge, but slightly different. So it is Staywell Lodged Biala is what comes up when you search Papua New Guinea on the maps. But if you search it, it then gives you the correct lodge. So I thought, hey, if I'm going to go to Papua New Guinea, a Papua New Genie might want to stay in a lovely and fantastic lodge. Okay, so I thought, let me check this lodge out, right? So this lodge is close to the coastline, and it has 34 reviews. Okay, so I thought, let's check these 34 reviews out, right? I want to make sure, before I go check this Genie out, that I'm going to go and make sure he's in comfortable lodgings, okay? Now, let me tell you, Dylan, this hotel has a star rating of 3.5.
Okay.
You'd say...
This
You'd
is
shrug
Google
your shoulders.
reviews,
These are
right?
Google reviews.
Okay,
34
Google
Google reviews.
All right,
Okay,
sure.
so I've gone to Papua New Guinea. I've learned there's 840 languages. Okay, it was half German, half British, and now they have their independence as rightfully just. And now I found myself in Biala Staywell Lodge, deep into the reviews of Biala Staywell Lodge, and one of my wishes, because this completely derailed me, Dylan. This completely derailed me. Is one of my wishes for Papua New Guinea is to understand what a fucking star rating means, okay? Let me tell you. Affordable accommodation with adequate parking space. Parking space in the third largest island in the world that has 11 million people, right? This guy is focused on parking space. Food is okay, but not Michelin quality. This person, Dylan, has gone to Papua New Guinea. It's an island that has up to 11 million people who speak 840 different languages that we don't understand. And Nixo Eaton, 2 years ago, is complaining that they don't have Michelin quality food. Ideal conference room with spacious air-conditioned rooms, 3 out of 5. Fuck you, Nixon. Fuck you for going to Papua New Guinea and thinking that you deserve Michelin quality food.
Where do you reckon he's from?
Nixon Eaton, he's probably British. To be honest, I'm gonna go out in there and say it. I'm going to say that we could.
This is not Michelin starred food. I'd come to Papua New Guinea and I deserve the best conference room there is and the most Michelin food there is on earth.
The most succulent Chinese meal.
I deserve a succulent Chinese meal.
So no, Dylan, right? So that's number one.
Yeah.
Number one guy pissed me off. I'm thinking the Biala Staywell Lodge, it's in Papua New Guinea. It's trying. It's a developing country. Leave them alone. Lemuel Wimban. said, rooms are okay. Food needs more imagination. Who the fuck are these people?
Imagination.
What does that mean?
Imagine you're eating better food.
There we go. Close your eyes and imagine it. For a small space, the ground and parking, again, is a big thing in Papua New Guinea, and security is okay. 3 out of 5.
Whoa. How do you say security is okay? Does that mean you only got robbed with your phone and your wallet? Or like it's like no, yeah.
just the one. That's it.
It's
That's
just
it.
okay.
You know, just the one thing. Biala Staywell Lodge. This is from Oscar Robert. Okay. Biala Staywell Lodge is our most beautiful place in Biala. What stars would you give that, right? If you're Oscar Robert and you think it is the most beautiful place in Biala, what are you giving it?
In Biala?
Yeah.
And it's the only lodge, or not the only lodge, but it's the most, he used the word most, I would give it a 5.
You'd give it a 5, right? Yeah. Well, Oscar Robert thought he would wander along and give him a 1 out of 5. Fuck you, Robert. Fuck you, okay?
The most beautiful one.
But do you know who thinks that this place is more stars than Oscar Robert? Rista Dickery. Do you know what Rista Dickery said? Dickery by name, Dickery by nature. He said, did not like the rooms. Do you know how many stars he gave it?
I guess 5.
No, 2.
Damn it, set me up there.
Yeah, freaking knocked you out the park. Damien had a great time. 3. Abel, best ever place to stay. Abel said that it was the best ever. Right? He's not giving context, isn't he? Is that in PNG?
No,
is that in the town? Is that further? But he says it's the best ever. Dylan, how many stars?
Now I'm going to say 3 then.
Yeah, well, you nailed it with 3.
Well,
but maybe you're friends with this guy. Maybe you'd both sit next to you and go, this is the best place I've ever been in my life.
3.
Give it 2.5. Let's round up and give it a 3, shall we? Like, my goodness. Okay, so I got to Desmond. Okay. And I got to Desmond Mondo Vaghello. Seems like a nice guy. Okay.
Seems like a nice guy. I went to his Facebook profile. He seems like
I've tracked him
married,
down.
2
And
kids.
here he is. So 2 days ago this was. So this is recent.
Wow.
This is recent. Desmond told us that it is the biggest accommodation facility in Biala town of East Nakania, local level government LLG area, West New Britain, PNG. Brilliantly factual.
Sure.
Letting us know what it is. How many stars would you give that?
Yeah, 3.
No, 2.
Huh?
No, 2. 2. Nothing else. He's just going to tell us what it is.
What
and
it
he's,
is.
he's just going to fuck 5 stars in there. So I thought, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm fed up, right?
Did you write a review? Please tell me. Oh, man,
I'll tell you what we can do. We can formulate one and put one.
Great.
I wanted just to play a little game of what would Desmond rate. Okay,
all right.
So I've gone into Desmond's profile. Okay, so as I said, I went on a bit of a tangent. Okay, and I want you to give me what would he rate. Okay, based on that, he's very factual. What would he rate? So if I said to you, it is the biggest accommodation. Oh, no, that's the same one. I'm not going to say it right. Okay, one of the big shopping shop in Kimbe, West New Britain, Papua New Guinea. One of the big shopping shop in Kimbe. How many stars?
It's a bigger shopping shop, and you like nothing more than to shop in the biggest shopping shop.
It's a shopping shop.
So, yeah, I'll give it a 4 then.
Nope, 3. Wrong. It's
wrong.
the best shopping shop. That deserves 3 stars. Okay, so if I'm Desmond and I'm thinking, Kimbe Market is the best market infrastructure in New Guinea Islands, if not Papua New Guinea. Very clean, hygienic, and orderly.
All right. So I think I'm starting to read into Desmond's kind of psyche over here. So
in his brain right now.
So he does not give higher than 3 stars.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that must be his real kind of... So I'm going to say... Okay, just kind of help me out here.
Okay.
Does he give points? Like 3 points
No,
something?
we're talking
Is it
whole
only
stars. We're whole stars.
Okay, fine. Let's stick to 3 then.
You're sticking to 3? Well,
Yeah.
Desmond's giving you a...
Double kill.
Because he's given that 5.
Should have known you were too enthusiastic, being like, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I was
Dylan,
like,
yes, Dylan, you're going to do it
You
wrong.
walk down this road. What about the hotel location is away from all activities of the urban area. It is quiet with outdoor barbecue facility. The restaurant serves bigger meals and great pizzas in town. What stars you giving? You think you're in Desmond's mind?
No.
He's giving 5. He's giving 1s. Where is he?
No, he's gonna go for 3.
Yeah, you nailed it. Right? I think you're getting Desmond now. And that was a game of what would Desmond rate? Okay,
That's fair.
But you know what? As we're here, as we're off on this tangent, we're half an hour in. Fuck it.
So can I just say, as you were going this, you started off with Gladiators just before the show, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get the gist of it. Now you go down this tangent, and I'm like, listen, you are making like the pitter patter of whatever you have made up from what we lost last week, so that you can add to this week. So, guys, strap yourself in for a 2-hour episode with my good friend James and myself, Dylan.
Oh yeah.
Double kill.
All right.
Right, so if we're going to leave a review, then let's look. I can edit it out. There's some things I already need to edit out, but people will never know. So, what are we saying about Biala Staywell Lodge based on what we've heard so far? Okay, so I'm going to start with such a large accommodation. Okay, and I've put 4 H's on such. Okay, so it's like such a large accommodation. Okay, I think that is what people are trying to say. I'm already giving it 5 stars, right? I already want to boost Biala Lodge up. I'm not going any 3, 2, 1.
So not working on stars. It's just a matter of kind of compiling what
people have said.
Sure.
What people are going on. So I'm going to put great views of toboggan. Okay, so we're just going to say that there is a toboggan there. Okay, we're not going to tell people why.
Is that not code for shit house? Like, what's toboggan mean?
Toboggan is like a oh shit. It's in it like a boat, or is it like a you know when you a bobsleigh man? Is it not like that? A toboggan?
It might be.
I think it
like,
is.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Okay. Well,
don't
look,
know.
we've got time. So let's just go.
We got time. We got 2 hours now that Dylan put it out there.
Toboggan. Yeah, it's like it's an open sleigh.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong because you can use it as a shit house. But
So what in South Africa you would call someone a toboggan?
no, I just
Where have you heard anyone? Someone called you a toboggan, and you've just taken it as shit house.
I
fucking
honestly
toboggan.
haven't heard the word that much. It just sounds like it might be a slang word for where you go to go take a shit.
Oh right. Oh no, because they're not a shit. Oh, you mean shit house is in a house to shit in? Okay, in England we call people a shit house. You're a shit house, mate.
Oh,
Oh well, this is very confusing. Off the word toboggan, we've gone here, there, and everywhere. So, such a large accommodation, great views of the toboggan. Dylan gives excellent massages. And then put +915. You're not going to put that. And there we go. So such large accommodation, great views of the toboggan. Dylan gives excellent massages. That is going to be publicly posted on Biala Staywell Lodge.
Could you please
Host.
Did you remove the X's after the massages message? And like,
no, they're still there. They're still there.
great massages. XXX.
XXXX. Winky face, winky face, winky face. So, well, I think that we've helped the community of Biala by giving rightfully the stars that they deserve, because these people are fucking lunatics. To say it's the best place they've ever stayed, 3 stars, makes no sense. So my wishes are 1, PNG, Papua New Guinea, figure out their star system. Okay. 2, I wish Oscar and his friends all over here understand what it means to a business about rating a business properly. 3, this guy here, I respect greatly, and I wish him all the best. It is a man posing next to a gun in Biala. What a very lovely man. I wish him the best. David Gomi, you rock, man. Good for you.
Let the ceremonies begin.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
So, Dylan, that was an absolute fucking whirlwind of emotion there. I am sweating my twat off in your apartment, and I just purely think it's because of excitement, and excitement alone.
Thank you.
So you had a gorgeous set of words to deal with, Dylan. And I would love to know about your story. What is your story? And why?
So, we go back to the words.
Yes.
Remodels doing holiday.
Okay.
So what I first thought was, remodels. And I was like, models.
I knew you were. I knew that's
Right.
where you were going.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, it's re. So I'm like, So what are we doing? So I wanted to tell a story of past ex-models doing a holiday. And then I thought, that would be fucking stupid. So I reworked my story.
Like right now. So as you've been talking, I've reworked
As
this
I
story.
looked into your face and saw your reaction, I was like, you know what? Not going to run with that story. But we obviously have some holiday traditions throughout the world, and they're all not perfect. I really tried. I didn't try that hard, in all honesty. But I figured, let me stick to the holidays I know, and which I assume we know, kind of being like the from the West.
Okay.
So I didn't want to delve too deep into anything else.
Okay, fair
but
enough.
I was like, okay, that's fine. We take holidays.
Mm-hmm.
However, we have a chat and we have kind of like a panel discussion between the two of us of how we can make it better.
Okay.
And what we kind of change. So in essence, we'll kind of discuss the holiday in brief.
Okay.
And then we'll say we want more of and less of.
Okay, great. This kind of plays well into the whole rating thing that we've just been talking complete bollocks about.
Yeah.
So we kind of, it's like we're kind of reviewing these places of what we'd want more of. Wow. It's like we planned this. And obviously anyone listening to whatever the fuck this has been so far will know absolutely hand on heart that none of this is planned whatsoever. But I like it when this happens. Okay, Dylan, let's go. Right, tell me, what breeds have you got?
Right. Well, we'll start with the first one. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Start with the first one.
You always say that, Dylan. That's what I like about you.
That's how I greet you in the mornings.
Yeah, let's start with the first one.
V-Day, Valentine's Day.
Ooh, and do you call it V-Day to the ladies? Because that sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's I like the shock factor of it.
Happy V-Day.
Happy V-Day.
Okay, so V-Day, yeah? We're talking
All right.
V-Day.
So historically, it hasn't been the most funnest day for me, and as you'll kind of see as we progress with this quick little discussion, this is actually just a way of me of airing out all my dirty laundry and
I don't
issues.
think I want your
and then
dirty
be like,
laundry on
yeah.
V-Day, my friends. There's a lot of cum on this sheet.
It's only the socks, arsehole. Dylan, why are your socks standing up straight? How much? There's a crusty
Why
little
take googly
sock.
eyes stuck on them?
All right. Yeah. So a sweet celebration of love and a combination of overpriced roses and what else?
Wow, you threw that over quickly.
I really had a...
Right, do you
that
want me to
potato
just-
was burning. I just didn't want to because again, this is like the I can tell you, James. Like I have, and it's not for a lack of trying. I've actually tried to do things on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what, Dylan? Maybe make eye contact. Maybe speak to someone a bit more. Maybe ask them how their day is. Like maybe
What,
do
on
like
Valentine's
an insight.
Day?
Yeah,
That's
like on
terrifying. Wait until leaving it to the last second.
Yeah, don't get me
you
wrong.
be my Valentine's?
Maybe that's where I was going wrong.
You're leaving it to V-Day, and then you're planning to get a V-Day on V-Day.
Yeah, because I figured maybe.
I can't be the only desperate one here, surely.
Well, that's kind of, yeah, I figured a lot of people might be. And I was like, you know what? Maybe she's open to having like an Insta date type kind of thing.
Okay, right. Okay, so we're onto something
Maybe
here,
I'm
right?
romanticizing the thought of it, but
Okay, well, here's the thing, right? So V-Day, I don't know what, let's just call it V-Day
Let's
for now
keep it
because
short.
I like it. Okay, so let's say for couples, it's Valentine's Day. Okay, you are chucking rose petals on the bed, you're, sticking penises in holes or whatever, and you're having some home cooked meal or you're eating out or whatever, right? The typical blah, 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 roses and flowers, right?
Yeah.
So let's say V-Day for singles like you, okay? You're the guy who's trying to get a date on V-Day. So why don't we have a slight rebrand, Valentine's Day for couples, and we're going to have V-Day for hot singles in your area. Just like you. So I'm thinking, right? In an area, like, let's just say down there, there's a big open space, right? We erect a tent, okay? Big emphasis on the erect. Okay, we're gonna V the shit out of this thing. Okay, and we invite all the singles in your area. Okay, and I tell you what we can do. We can put ads online. Okay, so we can say to people like, "There's hot singles in your area," right? So this is, I think, going to be the best way to get the right kind of people, right? So on on websites where there's movies and stuff like that, like you can have like a picture of a nice lady and it says like "hot singles in your area. Come to this erect tent on this day, on the 14th of whatever."
I think I know where you're going with this.
No, what do you mean?
Oh.
What do you mean?
Did you genuinely mean you are going to rework that and be like, this is how to attract the right kind of people for your V-Day? But please, no.
Yeah, look, hey, Dylan.
Sure.
I've seen
you know me.
I've seen the adverts. Yeah, you know me. I'm being deadly serious. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we put adverts online like this. Okay. Hot singles in your area. You go to the tent. Okay. So I assume advertising this way, we are going to get a healthy mix of men and women, right? Because, it's a nice innocent approach. You could have like a picture of an old lady, for example, something that's just nice and innocent. It could be like a warm room because she has so much heating to pay for. So it could just be like hot single ladies in your area, for example. Right? Yeah. So then everyone turns up to the tent on V-Day. Okay. So it's all just a big group of singles. Okay. And we pump the room full of like hot heating, right? Because we want to make sure that everyone is warm enough, right? So everyone is super warm enough. So we kind of suggest for people that you come there and you just don't wear too much because obviously you don't want to overheat there. We want everyone to feel comfortable. And then all these hot singles go into a hot tent and they all meet each other. What do you say?
Oh, okay. So that was genuinely the idea. Because I thought, you know what, if you start posting some ads online being like hot singles, right? I know all the 50-plus-year-old gentlemen with the creepy fucking...
Really?
They might just sing up. I reckon,
is that what you think?
I reckon a bunch of creeps would pop out there. And then I thought, James, I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
You are going to distract them this side, and then at the same time, all the people that don't show up, right, go to the run club instead, and then bing, bang, boom.
Okay, so what you're saying is we keep all the creeps off of V-Day somewhere.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So kind of just to try and wrap this up, Valentine's Day, right?
The best.
We have Valentine's Day and we have V-Day.
Yes.
Maybe we should have something like a Boxing Day is to kind of Christmas, right? Where it's the day after and only single people allowed out. Like Valentine's is their day.
That's Christmas Day.
And then the next Boxing Day.
Boxing Day is V-Day.
Is V-Day.
For hot singles in your area.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do feel, just to not make it confusing for anyone, like anyone else, stay indoors.
Well,
yeah. Like,
okay, so
Dylan, were you going to say children? Yes, I said children.
Yeah, I mean, good.
Like couples,
and
children,
and animals.
married, animals, all of them. Yeah, inside. And then,
it's just the vultures, people fucking outside everywhere. Singles only. Okay, right. So,
all right. So, okay. So
I think we've sorted Valentine's Day out quite well.
All right. So more relationship love on V-Day.
Yeah. On Valentine's Day. And
on Valentine's Day.
V-Day for singles to find their Valentines for next year. Okay. And then, like we can do events for V-Day. Like, because the Valentines can be all red and lovely and fluffy, and then V-Day's like, black, just freaking dark lights, seedy, hot singles in your area. It's just like absolute debaucherous filth. Like, we have gladiator events there as well. Can we have just smacking people off podiums whilst naked, covered in baby oil.
Okay, so less of that, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're on the less side of that. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
All right. We'll strike a balance, but I like the way that we are kind of reworking it. I mean, it's in workshop. We getting there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I guess there's not much you can say about Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Right, I'm thinking of V-Day from
No, so Mother's Day is kind of like spas and pampering and maybe champagne, and then normally Father's Day seems to be like, okay, you get him some sort of power tool and socks. Like, I feel that's normally what,
or a beer
what
and a Thai massage. Depends what relationship you have with your father.
If my son gets me that, I think we've got a good relationship going.
And just for everyone at home, Dylan doesn't have children, so don't worry.
No,
Don't worry. Don't worry. We will educate him on fair parental-child relationships later on in life, so don't you worry. That'll be fine.
You win.
Oh, shit. Okay, so yeah, Mother's Day, Father's Day. What can you do, I guess, for that? You get all the normal nonsense. I mean, they get a lot of crap. Maybe there could just be a island somewhere where mothers and fathers can go, where they can just get away from their parental duties. Okay, just like just an island where they can go, they can switch their phones off. Kids can't bother them, spouses can't bother them, and they can just go rage somewhere. They could just go, I don't know, smash a TV. A rage room or something like that.
That's actually good. Yeah. Kind of really get to air out.
Like I'm fucking fed up of you children. Your stupid face. I don't want a massage. I don't want a little freaking spaghetti picture of you. I just want to smash a TV in. Fuck you,
And for those listening, James also doesn't have
James has kids. He hasn't seen them for 4 years.
This one I thought, and this one kind of popped up onto the list, and I didn't know what it was. So Groundhog Day.
Is that the day that it just repeats over and over again? Is that the film? I didn't know it was
that
an
is
actual
a
day.
film, but it is a day. That's where they wait for I don't know, the groundhog. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
wow,
No,
no
there we
way.
go. The groundhog, and this is in the States or North America, to pop out of the ground to see if it can see its own shadow. Apparently, if it can't, it goes back into the ground, which means there's 6 more weeks of winter. And if it actually stays out, apparently it's turning spring.
What the fuck?
Right?
Isn't this meant to be the most developed nation on earth? What are you talking about?
That is a day. And apparently, like, they actually use this, right, on a calendar year to determine, like, when it's kind of switching over to spring then. But it's wrong. Like 40% of the time.
Yeah, well, these guys still use the
but
fucking imperial system. So they're obviously going to be using groundhogs to do their whatever fucking measurements.
Yeah, so, and again, I mean, some American listener can kind of pop in being like, no, but it's tradition. You need to understand it's the Germans that got that. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But when
the Germans were fucking around. The Germans are really freaking. They're good at engineering. They're freaking accurate down to the millimeter. The Germans are coming and going, wouldn't it be funny to pop out the groundhog whilst having a beer? There's no way that the Germans would think that was a good idea, other than for a laugh to take the piss out of Americans.
Yeah, so I just thought that was pretty interesting. I don't think I've got much to say with it. Like, okay, so more weather science and less actually fucking, and less actually you just.
Okay, so it's groundhogs come out the ground, and if they and you're saying if the groundhogs see their own shadow, or if someone sees
their shadow, I guess
sees their shadow.
Yeah,
so it's to do with
it's the groundhog. But apparently, if the groundhog kind of stays out, then he reckons it's all good. It's turning spring. If it climbs back into the ground, then it's still winter.
I'm imagining like there's just a field, and then they've set up like temporary stands all around it, and like
100%.
Everyone's just kind of staring at the ground, and then one pops up, and then it's like a. Ooh,
but the fact that this is a thing, though, James. Yeah,
and then it's like there's a countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, and it stays, and then just fireworks and
and the groundhog gets scared and goes back into the it's winter again.
We're gonna keep it the same season. Yeah. Okay, well, so, they can keep that one.
They can keep that one. April Fools. I thought the idea of whoever, and I didn't read up on the history of this, but I thought April Fools. I can just imagine somebody lying or bullshitting about something and then kind of trying to justify it, being like, oh no, April Fool's.
This was my
story.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So like they pulled out someone's chair like as a kind of joke, and the person fell back and absolutely smashed their head and like cracked their neck and paralyzed from the neck down, and everyone's like, Kenneth, what are you doing? Kenneth, what have you? And he's like, April Fools. And the first time it's done, just kills people. Everyone is pissing on the floor. The guy's just kind of can't move his arms and legs. Even he's chuckling, being like, Kenneth, that is fucking hilarious. That is going to catch on. Kenneth, you are a dog. And he was like, and everyone who saw that work, and then obviously ever since then, people have been trying to capture that same belief of being able to do something heinous and get away with it. And maybe some people do, but maybe the original guy who just pulled out that chair, paralyzed that guy, just got away with it more than anyone else.
I just feel like it should be like, if you're going to do it properly, right? Not pull out the chair. Dylan, death? Is that what we're searching?
I would like that there was, similar to how in an Islamic year, there's like a moon sighting to dictate what happens when, right? So things change every single year based on the moon cycles and whatnot, right? I would like there to be a similar kind of committee who focuses on groundhogs, right? And like, let's just say it's the groundhogs guy. And then, so let's say a groundhog comes out and, I don't know, scratches his ass against a log, right? That then dictates that is whatever Fool's Day. Okay, so not everyone is in the know, or you have to really stay on it to know when the Fool's Day, right? Because April Fool's comes along, right, and then all these companies pop out going, "Oh, we're discontinuing these crisp flavors or whatever," and it's like, yes, we get it, April Fool's, Snoresville, right? But let's say the committee see that the groundhog has scratched his ass against a log, okay, so they put a tweet out, so not everyone sees it. Okay. And they just start up a new account and they tweet it out. And then a few people see it, right? And then all of a sudden you're a crisp brand and you're like, discontinuing our crisps. And people are like, what the fuck? No, man. And then at the end of the day, you're like, groundhog anus's Fool's Day, motherfucker. And then bam.
I actually like that idea because, yes, knowing that today is the 1st of April, people are for it. Like, I see that as companies using it as a fucking PR stunt or marketing
all it
thing.
is. And it's so lazy, right? I want to see it on a random day, and people have to stay alive to it. And it's not immediately obvious that it is the day that has been dictated by the groundhogs that it was going to be a Fool's Day, right? So that can be a form of Groundhog Day. So let's get rid of Groundhog Day as it is. So so
we scratch that.
We scratch in its essence now, and we rebadge April Fool's Day as Groundhog's Day. And Groundhog's Day is dictated by the groundhog of when Fool's Day is. Okay? Because the people who are looking at the groundhog now for their seasonal advice are fools. Okay? So it's a play on them being fools looking at groundhogs to tell them when winter's over. And then the groundhogs, I mean, they're sick, right? So they should dictate when this Fool's Day is, because people are fucking stupid. So that is when we dictate when not April Fool's, but Groundhog Fool's Day.
Fool's Day. Great. Okay, second to last one, because I probably have to wrap this up. Then, what a chaotic combination. And we've touched on this subject before. Like, we haven't had that. It's only recently become a thing, probably the last 10 years, maybe 15 years back home. Halloween. Like a combination of where you let your kids go out and kind of take candy and sweets and treats from strangers and kind of trying to be out and about and trick and or treating.
Yes,
That's how I understand it. And then at the same time, and I'm not ungrateful for this, but then it gives an opportunity for
heinous people to come along and be heinous.
The people in the evening, whatever outfits they decide to wear. I don't know. It turns into a slutty nurse or a slutty.
Oh, here we go. And this is where the models came around, and then
either way, it's a party for the people in the evening, and earlier that evening, I guess it's something for the children. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's for the children, or as you said, people who are wearing less clothes. Well, why not we make Halloween serious? Okay, so less kids fucking around and being silly and throwing toilet paper on things, and less people being relieving and showing off everything, right? Everyone is assigned they either are dressing up for Halloween or not. Okay, so 50% of the population get one card, right? You are the Halloweeners, right? Okay, so you are dressing up and you have to be good, right? Like good at dressing up. And then the other half are the Halloweenies, right? So these are the people that have to stay indoors and have their doors knocked on. Okay. Then the Halloweeners are given a trick or treat. Okay, so they are either out for treats or they are out to do tricks. Okay, so it could be it's randomized. Okay, so 1 year you could be stuck in your house and waiting for people to either come and ask for treats or come and throw an egg in your face. Okay, so there is a firm line between what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense? So then everyone's in on board with it. It doesn't mean you have to dress up every single year because people just do the same thing over and over again. And I just don't think tricks are really used
tricks.
that much, right? Like you could just have, you open the door and you just punch someone in the face and you're like, sorry, man, I got the trick card.
I've got this card.
Just sock you in the face, sock you in the fucking mouth. And that's that, So maybe we could just make it a bit more serious.
Okay. That's fair. Right. Halloween. Then New Year's Eve.
New Year's
Eve. So it's normally a huge party, or at least for us or in my family, a huge party. Almost so big that you don't actually make the countdown itself.
That is sad. That is sad.
Yeah. So big party. Everybody kind of makes promises and resolutions. That's what it's called?
Resolutions.
Yeah. And 2 weeks into the year, nobody sticks to them anymore. So I don't know, maybe a bit more gratitude before the party. And obviously that's maybe on paper how it's supposed to be. So maybe it's me fucking up the practice of it. But I think a bit more gratefulness and probably a bit less alcohol.
Booze, right? So maybe this is what I'm thinking, right? In the morning and everything, you sleep in, right? Because you need to get rest for this. Okay. So I'm thinking that a New Year's party starts at 6 p.m. Okay. And between 6 and 12, it's all about the year that was and gratitude and being grateful for. Okay. So you're saying, I did this. I went on holiday here. I went to one of those V-Day tents. It was super fucking weird. I went to Papua New Guinea and stayed in the best place that there was in Papua New Guinea and gave it 5 stars or 2 stars or 1 star. Who the fuck knows? And you share some ha-has and hoo-hoos. Maybe there's some bad things happen. And you leave them in the year. And then 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year happens. Bam! You leave it there. So then the next 6 hours from 12 till 6 a.m. is all about planning for the new year, looking forward, bringing in some gratitude of what is to come. And then you start the year with a bang. That one wasn't funny. That was too serious and maybe a good idea. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I guess it ends on a bit more of a positive note.
Or maybe it starts at 9 p.m. to 12 and then 12 to 3.
Yeah,
I think we're dragging it out too long. Because 6 hours of being grateful for that. You just be like, you do quarter of an hour.
Yeah, can it be next year already?
I'm going to go to Benidorm and I'm going to wank less. And then what? Then you've got 5 hours and 45 minutes of
free time.
Yeah. And then what are you going to do?
Wonder what.
All right. Okay. I think we put the world to rights there.
Yeah. I think let's kind of end it there.
Let's please.
Okay, fine. Last one. If you had to do a quick fire international day holiday, right? Obviously, it doesn't have to be religious. What do you reckon? What do you think the world needs?
It needs, and it's very simple, very quick, very easy. Happens once a week, every week, without fail, Frimus. Okay, so we have a merry Frimus. So this is how we do the week. And look, for everyone at home, okay, you're thinking, wow, that was quick. Well, no, this is not complete gobbledygook and tomfoolery. This is something that I believe deeply in. And I'm quite surprised that Dylan wasn't leading me down this path, judging by the surprise on his face. Or maybe he wasn't. He's twitching or winking. I'm not sure. So this is what I propose. The week starts Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday is the new Monday, right? Tuesday is the day of nothing. The day where we go, oh, it's Tuesday and I hate it. Just one day. Starts Tuesday.
All right.
Okay. Wednesday, hump day. We get over the hump. Up to 12 o'clock, we're not having a great time. After 12 o'clock, we're like, I'm halfway through the day. I'm smashing it. The week is basically over. I'm over hump day. Merry hump day, okay? We just talk about how fantastic everything is. Maybe we hump each other, maybe not. Who knows? But hump day is a good day. Thursday, We scrap Thursday. Thursday is Friday Eve, the eve of Friday, okay? Very much how we have a Christmas Eve, which is very exciting because it's the day before Christmas. We have Friday Eve. Friday, rebranded, Frimas. We wish you a Merry Frimas and a happy new weekend, okay? It's not got anything to do with Jesus. Sorry, Jesus, you're out of this one. This is about everyone. Everyone's included on Frimas, no matter what your age, height, color, creed. Everyone is a member of Frimas. We celebrate together, we finish work early, we go to our local constabularies, and we celebrate as communities once and for all. Then, Dylan, what comes next? The weekend. Saturday, we have a very merry time. We then follow with a Sunday fun day. The funnest of fun days. Sunday fun day. We're having a great time. What follows a Sunday fun day? A Monday fun day. Easy to brand it. Merch is great to you just change one letter. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then you're back to, Tuesday. And then guess what? Hump day. Hump day's great. It's shit till 12. After 12 o'clock, you're having a great time. Maybe you hump each other. Maybe you don't. Thursday, we've got rid of it. It's Friday Eve. My God, we're nearly at Friday. Next, what comes next? Merry Frimas, everybody. And so on and so forth.
Well,
so that is what I believe.
I think with that very merry explanation, I've heard enough.
Let the ceremonies
How does it go again?
begin.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
Tell me your story.
Fuck me, is it hot in here? We're an hour in as well. What have we done?
I think, the fact that the door's open doesn't help.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm
should've
sweating. I
closed
mean,
it.
wasn't
Yeah,
it like
exactly.
50 degrees yesterday? So fuck knows what it is
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
The aircon is not on, you psychopath. And we are sweating our balls on. Well, at least you're protecting the planet, Dylan. Thank you on behalf of the world. Fuck you.
I think the amount of plastic bottles I use, I am not saving the
I thought you were making a
basically
raft, to be honest. I was like, why were you fucking sailing that? Okay, Dylan.
All right.
This is going to be a very delirious end to this one. I'm really just thinking, could I edit half your story as my story?
Sure.
Maybe, right. You know what?
That's how we package it.
We're going to zoom through this one, Dylan, right? So for my 3 words, okay, so I went deep into Papua New Guinea, possibly too deep, okay? And
You haven't actually said your words.
no, I haven't. I haven't in the
I am
delirious,
so
sweaty state.
sorry. Yeah, I am so
it's-
sorry I didn't ask you.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
James, what are your 3 words and why?
Oh, I don't think you've ever said that
No, I
before.
don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So, Dylan it perked me up after using the catchphrase, the
There we go.
3-word story catchphrase. Mine was universities phoned dubiously.
Yeah, you got me with the last one.
Okay, dubiously.
Is that
Something to
fun?
be-
Fun?
No, dubiously. Something that's dubious would be let's say a dubious decision would be something that could have gone either way.
Okay,
So
understood.
let's say there's a long jumper, and let's say this is before technology, okay? And they step on the pad, and someone calls it that they stepped on the line. Right? And it's like minuscule. Within 1 millimeter, they would say, oh, that was a dubious decision, not so short. So dubiously would basically be going, maybe, maybe not certain. Okay. So for my story, Dylan, my very interactive story, thankfully, is basically it's based on real world events. Okay. So at the moment, for good or for bad, I don't know. We're not a politics podcast. I'm not going to say whether this is a good or bad thing or not, right?
Sure.
But in the United States right now, universities, some of them are being defunded, okay? They're starting to have to pay federal tax, which they didn't do before, which means they are going to have to find money elsewhere, okay? They're going to have to think outside the box a little bit, okay? Anyone else can make a decision, whatever that is, but that's the reality of the world that we sit in right now, okay? So I'm thinking, how can they think outside the box? How can they appeal to more people to come to their university and study? Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good.
Singles Day.
Singles Day.
B-Day.
So I'm thinking, Dylan, right? You are going to be one of the university spokespeople, okay? You are going to be someone who is going to wrangle people into the university, and you are going to arrange courses as and when, right? Because at the moment, you've got physics, you've got your maths, you've got your whatever, right? But we need to appeal to more people now because these people may be going to a different country, okay? So I'm going to be phoning you, okay? And I'm going to give you some things of, what I might like, what I might like, who I am as a person or whatever it may be. And you are going to find a course. You are going to create a course and you're going to sell it to me. Okay?
You sure you want to go down this road?
I mean, this is where we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes.
And then we might just edit it out.
Yeah, I mean, we are at 1 hour. 1 hour and 3 minutes starting this story.
Okay, that takes a bit of pressure off. That means I can stick. Well, I can keep this 2 minutes. And
I don't know. My testicles are swampy right now, Dylan. So I don't know what is left and right and up and down. Okay, so I'm going to use your genuine knowledge, your real world knowledge for this. Okay, so don't worry. You're not going to have to be thinking too far. But I'm gonna try and hone in on your skills. Okay, what you know as a person. And then you can create a course, what the course subjects would be, and maybe you can educate me on the phone, and I will tell you if I'm subscribing to your university. Big D's University.
Big D's University.
That's what we're going for. So, phone's ringing. Pick it up.
Dylan, hello?
Hello? No,
Hi.
my name's not Dylan.
Oh.
My name's not Dylan.
Wait, am I calling
Sorry,
you?
no, I called you. Is this university? Big D's University?
Big D's University.
So why did you say
Hello?
Dylan? Hello, my name's not Dylan. My name's
Dylan.
Oh, hi Dylan. You're the Dylan. Big
the
Dylan's
Dylan.
University. Big Dylan's University.
It's a one-stop shop. We
Oh.
try and keep it as flow effective as possible. Whatever flow effective means.
Wow. I mean, this sounds like a really good university for being so flow effective. Well, Mr. Dylan, I'm phoning you because I've seen that your university specifically is really catering towards their students and what they might need. Okay, so I'm interested in learning about fighting. Okay, so I want to do some fighting. I want to rock them. I want to sock them. And I want to freaking beat down. But I also want to know the history of the fight that I'm understanding. Right? Do you have any courses like that, Big D's University, or will I go elsewhere, like something stupid like Harvard? Ugh.
No. So I actually know the instructors at Harvard, and what they have as like extracurriculars, we have as a full-time subject, martial arts in general. So you have different facets of the sport, and then we'll help you with each one of those, whether it be ground game, standing up, ground and pound.
This sounds like a V-Day that I went to pretty recently.
You know what? It might just be one of the same.
Okay, so I'm going to be joining this course. Okay, what would be your best martial art that you could give me? What would you rustle and tussle with me with?
As a base, I think a stand-up game would be great.
Okay, and what's a stand-up game?
Stand-up
like
game,
applauding?
Yeah. It's always helpful getting you out of a situation, being able to, because
So
again,
do you play Wii? Is it Wii? Wii is a stand-up game, right? Like
Wii-
Wii Sports, you do bowling and tennis. Is that a stand-up game?
I would not call that a stand-up game.
Okay,
no.
okay.
But humor is a very important part, and being able to speak, because you know what, the best battles are won without fighting. So if you can talk some shit, yes, and we use the word shit. If you can spew some shit, get yourself out of the situation, then that's number one. Goal number one. Number two, if it comes to an altercation, then yes, we would have to then kind of switch it up. Mm-hmm. But yeah, stand-up game, I was actually referring to a martial arts style where you are on your feet and you work more towards strikes and kicks. And then, and I know I'm not exactly sure what everybody else's stats are on this, but they are like, listen, 60-70% of the fights end up on the ground, so you'll need to have a good ground game as well. But those are our three facets of the course.
So the first facet, I'm talking toboggan to people, right? So
Toboggan to So yes, being able to get yourself out of or de-escalate.
Okay.
Then 2, stand-up game. 3, a ground game. And actually, I just forgot, Gregory reminded me, the escape game. Yes.
The escape game?
The escape
okay,
game.
Is that like one of those rooms where like you find keys and codes under
I
things?
wish it was, but no, unfortunately, some of these situations you just need to escape with your life and hopefully your phone and your wallet.
So you're saying, right, so I'm going to turn up, because I'll go to a bar after this and try this. So I'm going to go talk some toboggan to someone, chat some shit to someone, and then I'm gonna stand up to them. I'm going to stand up with them and play a game. So like maybe like a Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like a stand-up game like that. And then we're going to just ground and pound each other. So I'm going to pound the guy on the floor, and then I'll go to an escape room and try and get out, I guess usually within 60 minutes. Is that correct?
The majority of these would be reactive and not proactive. So no, you can't go out and look for shit just for the sake of looking for shit.
Right. Okay. Well, how does it? So let me get this straight. So in this course, then I'm just sat there waiting for something to happen at any one time.
No, in real life, you are waiting, or are ready more so for something to happen. In case it does happen, but other than that, no. Hopefully, don't go out looking for trouble because you might just find it.
Okay, and out of the standing games, what would you recommend? So Pac-Man is a favorite of mine, and then I think Mortal Kombat. I mean, is technically fighting as well, and obviously you can finish them, which I guess relates to the ground and pound element to it as well.
Yeah, you can finish. Actually, I would recommend Tekken above Mortal Kombat.
Okay, Hadouken. Any particular reason?
Yeah, but more realistic in terms. Wait,
you're telling me? So right, hang on a minute. Right, so you're telling me
a jaguar and a person can be the same. I'm talking about.
So that's okay, right? So you're telling me in Mortal Kombat when you break several of their vertebrae in slow motion and their teeth spit out their mouth and then you impale them through the heart and they keep on fighting afterwards, that's not realistic.
No.
I don't think I want to do your course then. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well done, Dylan. Okay, well, not
you.
so much well done. You've just lost potential because
that guy was a weirdo anyway, so it's fine.
We'll see what the next guy's about. Then.
Right.
Okay.
Big D's University. This is Gregory.
Hi, Gregory. How are you today? Are you doing well, Gregory?
Mrs. Phillis.
Yes, I think you'll
Mr.
find.
Mr.
I think you'll find it's a Mr. Phillis there, sir.
I'm sorry with the voice.
I'm not a lady there, Mr. Gregory. How would you like it if I called you a Mrs. now, my fine sir? Now, are you the university is really catering to your students, am I correct?
Yes, that is correct. I do my best to either help myself or then to show you to the departments that be able to help.
Oh, well, that I do say is excellent, Mr. Gregory. Now, I have some special talents that I'm wondering if you could help me get a certain degree into. And now I am quite the nimble masseuse, I do declare that I am. So I'm wondering if you do, say, some masseuse therapy diplomas over there.
We sure do. We offer shorter courses, and then we have year and 2-year courses.
So are the shorter courses done on midgets, say, or little people? Or are we talking about the time span?
No, we cater to everyone, but we are talking to time span, yes.
We're talking to time span. So I would say there is no different technique if you are doing on a little person, say, to a 6'9" NBA player.
It would be in proportion. So, yes, if you look at the length of, and where you might have moved 2 centimeters up on, 4 centimeters on the NBA player, it would now be 2 centimeters on the slightly vertically challenged person.
I see, because my issue now, Gregory, that I must tell you when I'm masseusing.
Please don't.
is I do tend to close my eyes when I'm masseusing. So the difficulty is if it's, let's say, a large fellow, I do need to know the sizes that I'm dealing with, because obviously if I'm massaging an NBA player, say, in a sports fashion, I could be at the back of his knee, and then maybe on someone else, I could be above their head, you know, and that would not make a great masseuse, and I obviously want to have the highest degree of masseusing. And now, Mr. Gregory, what kinds of massages do you teach over there?
So, fuck, it's getting hot in here.
I'm saying, sorry. Talking about massages one body does make it awfully hard.
So what
here.
most people might misconstrue, it's not quite full body.
Okay.
Just to be clear, yes, we don't specialize on glutes and certain private areas.
Well,
yeah.
I must say, Mr. Gregory, that the glutes are most rootness, tootness, tightness of areas, so I'm not sure about your facilities if you're not massaging one of the biggest muscles there are on the body.
So we actually have specialized machines for that, and we leave that to those. Whereas I thought you were just referring to the special. I'm going to say it. Handwork class that we have. Yeah.
And now, what would be included in the handwork department?
Well, everything besides the glutes and the other private areas.
the private areas.
Yeah, now what would that be? Fuck off.
Okay,
You can't come to the university. It's fine. Take your money and leave.
Now, I have heard on the grapevine that you do have a pediatrician massage section.
No, you know what, Mr. Phillis? I expected this from you, right?
What I mean is, you know, is it a pediatrician to do with the feet, like a podiatrist? Is that a pediatrician? Or have I got my works mixed up?
No,
What
you
I
got your
mean is
out.
like a podiatrist that deals with your feet. I hope you didn't think I meant
the
anything
children.
else of the sort. You know what I'm saying there, Mr. Gregory.
Did I get them switched up?
I probably I'll let you do your research there, Gregory, and you could probably look at a clever. You could probably look at the clever wordplay that I have really worked in there.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So
we offer
you
it.
do specialize in.
We do everything and anything. Animals, people, children, feet. Certain food. We've got a great experimental program. Don't worry, it's all consensual. We do that as well. So whatever question, yes, we've got it. And if you ask, and if you had a certain budget in mind, yes, we will do it at that budget as well. And anything you might need, please send us an email as. My airtime's running low. Yeah. Okay,
well, I'll send you an email from my email, Mr. Phillis Long Dong Silver 69 at gmail.com. Thank you very much for your time, Gregory.
Thank you, Mr. Phillis.
Phillis.
Phillis. Bye.
Oh, fuck, I'm sweating my twat off in here. Oh my god. This is gonna be such a ball ache to edit. Well, what a fucking. I am so sorry. Even if this makes the light of day.
We had a pretty good system going on, and then the heat has destroyed this one. 50 degrees, ladies and gentlemen, in here. I am dehydrated. I am absolutely fucking dismayed right now. Oh shit! Right. Okay. Well, Dylan, where are we going to find our next 3 words next time?
Yeah, okay. All that I have in front of me is pedantry, because I couldn't fucking spell
Pedantry, but that's a completely different story. We'll stay away from that one. Next, where we're going to stay next time, right? What would be? Let's find somewhere where we'd find an underground civilization, somewhere where the entrance to an underground civilization would be, and what that civilization
would look like.
might fucking look like.
All right.
Okay, and let's completely look at ourselves in the mirror and think, what the fuck went on this episode of 3-Word Story?
Let the ceremonies begin.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.